the Vatican is very opulent. When you stay there, is it the equivalent of staying at a 5-star, 5-diamond resort? Or do you feel you're at the Residence Inn? What type of, what, does it have towels stamped with a V for Vatican? Is it branded?
Everything says Santa Marta. Yeah, it does. And the crest and all of that. The Papal Palace is more like what you're talking about. And it's beyond the 5 stars. It's a little overwhelming, frankly. It's old, so it's like stone and marble and like this incredible solid wood doors really high. Like, so it's got all of that. But then you go in your bedroom, it's like a tiny little room with a twin bed and like a cross over the top. And, and when my husband was with me, we had to sleep in separate rooms.
Why separate rooms?
Because you can't be like in the presence of the Pope, I guess you can't.
Is there a pool?
There actually is a pool.
And are people like laying out or like what's the vibe at the pool? Can you and your husband get up and go, babe, I'll meet you at the pool. I'm going to be reading my newspaper. I know you like to swim. So is there like people frolicking?
No frolicking at the Vatican.
Hey guys, if you're loving the Pete and Sebastian Show, for $5 a month, you might want to think about joining that Pete and Sebastian Patreon channel, because we give you another extra show, which is always fun and different. We always, it's not just a show we do like, oh, we gotta do an extra one. We try to make it a little special, a little different. And you get 4 live shows every Tuesday night. I host a show called Loose Ends, where we take calls from all the cast listeners, and we do a whole bunch of other stuff too, including having guests. So far we've had Dan Soder, Robert Kelly, Giannis Pappas, and so many more to come. So hope to see you over there on the Pete and Sebastian Patreon channel. Seriously, if you want to have some entertainment, you should hop over there. Guys, I know I've been saying it now a couple weeks in a row, but the Pete Correale, as I was saying, comedy tour kicks off in mid-October, starting out in Portland, Oregon, going everywhere. I'm going everywhere. More dates are being added. My booking agent's calling me up. I'm going to Hawaii in April with this thing, all right? It's going everywhere. So go to PeteCorreale.com and you can get tickets. And I hope to see you out there, man. I really do. It's going to be fun. Back to the cast. Ooh, Shopify. Thanks to Shopify for sponsoring this episode. The origins of this podcast were once just a dream. That dream turned into the podcast. And you are listening to that dream today. And starting your own business is a dream lots of us share, but too many of us let it remain just a dream. Don't hold yourself back thinking, what if I don't have the skills, what if I can't do it alone? Turn those what ifs into why nots with Shopify by your side. Cha-ching, baby. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started, turn those dreams into cha-ching and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/thecast. Go to shopify.com/thecast. That's shopify.com/thecast. Thanks to ZocDoc for sponsoring this episode. Guys, it's 2025. Those days of only going to the doctor for emergencies are over. No more waiting until night sweats turn to all-day sweats. Walking it off for 6 months doesn't work, or your fingers go numb texting, I'm fine, all right? It's time to take our health seriously and get things checked out when we need. So go to ZocDoc. ZocDoc makes it easier than ever by helping to find the right doctor quickly and easily. The next time I need a doctor, healthcare of any kind, dental care or medical care of any type, I'm headed to ZocDoc. It's just so convenient. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/thecast and find instantly a top-rated doctor and book them. That's ZocDoc.com/thecast. ZocDoc.com/thecast.
This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Pete and Sebastian Show. It's a bit of a special edition coming your way right now. I want to tell you about a very special lady that you're gonna see right now that we had the pleasure of interviewing. Her name is Jacqueline Corbelli. All right, very similar to my wife's name, Jacqueline Correale. But Jacqueline Corbelli, this is a very accomplished woman. I basically met her because I'm going to be doing a benefit at Gotham Comedy Club on September 28th. For her and an organization, which I'll share more details as it gets closer, because I don't know if it's open to the public, but if it is, I'll definitely let you know about it as I'm headlining at Gotham. But then Jacqueline and her family, her husband, and one or two of her daughters came backstage for one of the Sebastian shows, maybe Madison Square Garden, I believe it was. And we got to chatting, and unbelievably so, Jacqueline worked for the late Pope Francis very closely, to the point where she lived from time to time, not lived, but would stay in Vatican City. She'd have breakfast in the same room as the Pope. She took selfies with the Pope. Okay. Need I say more? Like, I'm talking heavily involved in the man's life, and she still goes to the Vatican and does work in Vatican City. So we had the pleasure of sitting down with her, and it was a really fascinating conversation, and we're going to share it with you right now. All right. This is as close to the Pope as we have ever gotten on the Pete and Sebastian Show. So now I'm going to present to you Jacqueline Corbelli. And if you want to know more about Jacqueline, I mean, she's got a book out right now called Changemaker. She's got a lot going on, and she's going to share it with us today, but we're lucky enough to have her, and I hope you enjoy it, man. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. And I think if Sebastian's not even knowing I'm putting this intro out to start the show, but if everything goes right and we get lucky and we do all legwork, I think there's a really good chance that Sebastian may be at the very least having lunch or a cup of coffee with the current Pope at some point. I really think that. I really think Tom Cruise, we're not even sniffing him, but the Pope. Maybe even a little bocce ball in the Vatican. Wait till you hear they got in Vatican City. It's unbelievable. All right. Enjoy the cast.
There she is. Jackie, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Pete?
I'm good. I don't know if you like Jacqueline or Jackie. I know in the emails
You just
and the
can call me
text.
Jack if you want.
All right. And I don't know if you've ever met Sebastian officially. I don't know if you ever did any show that you were.
I think Chris might have introduced us once, but that was a million years ago. Hi, nice to meet you.
Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on. Got a lot to get into, and we understand that you work at the Vatican, or have worked, or currently working. I don't know just yet, and we understand that some questions we ask might be a little, I can't answer that, or this, that. Yes. So no problem with that.
Okay, good.
So just tell us. I'm sorry, that's okay. Privileged information.
And it'll be out.
But tell our listeners, what your job description is.
I've been working for about 9 years to help further the agenda of Pope Francis. And I do that through leadership forums that we hold 2 to 3 times a year. And so I'm just often there working with the Vatican on these items, on these issues, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
So
yes.
Well, no, it doesn't make sense to me just yet. So who pays you?
Nobody pays me.
Oh, this is like volunteer.
This is, I collaborate and work for a very famous economist. His name is Jeffrey Sachs, and Professor Jeffrey Sachs. And I've been working with him in Africa for many years. It's not my day job. My day job's in technology, but I've been contributing to Professor Sachs's work in Africa for many years. And so when Pope Francis became the Pope, and his whole sort of emphasis was around poverty, he got very interested in our work and got close to it. And that's how we started to work with him but it's in a thought leadership way. And we've written some books about it. Here's one right here. This was the very first one we did. We're now in the second one. We're starting a third one in the fall, but they go like 2 or 3 years at a time. So
that was perfect, Jackie. That's the lowdown of the job and how you became affiliated and started working with the Pope.
Yes.
Now, if I could take it a step further, when we chatted backstage, I believe it is at Gotham Comedy Club, with that, folks listening at home, comes a relationship with the Pope where have breakfast, hang out at the Vatican, sleep at the Vatican. You know where the Pope slept. You've seen his bedroom. You know how he likes his eggs. You've had coffee with him. I mean, no, I'm just saying, right? It's like, unless I'm mistaken, you that's how close you are.
I said all those things, but I'll tell you what I did say.
Okay, all right. Sorry. I do exaggerate. I do exaggerate. I apologize.
When I'm there, I do stay at Casa Santa Marta, and that is where Pope Francis lived. And I stay and still do. Actually, I was there a few days before he passed, and I was just there in July, on 4th of July, actually. I was at the Vatican instead of here. And yeah, it's he's like 2 floors above. And at the first time that I saw him, you know, I didn't even know what to think when they told me this is where you're going and this is where you're staying. And then the Swiss guards out front and the whole thing. And I'm like, kind of nervous, you know? And then they have a place, by the way, he's such a humble guy that it's actually just a place where visiting cardinals come and stay. Like that's where they were during the conclave, etc. So I'm there. The first time I go in, and actually my husband got to come with me the first time. He couldn't come with me after that. We had to have separate rooms. But we go into the dining room and we're just eating. And I didn't know what to expect. And then all of a sudden I look over at basically the salad bar, and he's standing there with his plate, like serving his own salad. It was crazy. I was like, what is happening right now? I felt like tears coming out of my eyes, and I wasn't sure why, but I was like really struck by the whole kind of thing, you know, like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Okay. As he's getting the salad, is he in the white robe? Is he wearing jeans? Do you ever see the Pope outside of his outfit?
No, his most relaxed state is in a white cassock, and he sometimes doesn't have his pontiff's hat on, like the little white one. But that's about it. That's about as far as I've seen him get relaxed, if you will.
Okay.
Well, I can't imagine what it's like to see the Pope putting ranch dressing.
It's surreal. It is so surreal.
Squeezing the ranch.
Exactly. He's honestly just was such a regular guy, and he didn't like all the pomp and circumstance. I think we all know that, though, right?
Yes. However, I do know that the Vatican is very opulent, and all. When you stay there, is it the equivalent of staying at a 5-star, 5-diamond resort, or do you feel you're at the Residence Inn? What type of like when you go to the room, is there does it have towels stamped with a V for Vatican? What's the
right?
Is it branded? Is it branded?
Everything says Santa Marta. Yeah, it does, and the crest and all of that. And then it's where he stayed. Remember, this is not the Papal Palace. I've been there too, but he wasn't living there. The Papal Palace is more like what you're talking about, and it's beyond the 5 stars, like way beyond. And I can't really put it into words, but it's such a vibe. The energy is so, it's a little overwhelming, frankly, because.
Okay, Jackie, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the Papal Palace means on the grounds of the Vatican, and the Casa is that you're talking about the home.
It's also on the grounds.
So when you come out of the house, can you just stroll the Vatican grounds? Or like, what's the difference between the Papal Palace and where you are?
Oh,
what's
the palace is a palace, and like that's where the popes lived, and where actually Pope Leo lives. He decided to bring that tradition back, but Pope Francis refused to live in the palace, just like he refused to wear the thing and wear the red shoes and stuff. He decided he was going to stay a bishop, so he was always called the Bishop of Rome. He didn't want any of that. So Santa Marta was his home. Like he made that his home. You know, they created it, if you will, for him. So like where he was, first of all, it's such a combination of like this incredible, like it's old. So it's like stone and marble and like this incredible solid wood doors really high. Like, so it's got all of that. But then you go in your bedroom, it's like a tiny little room with a twin bed and like a cross over the top. And, you know, and when my husband was with me, we had to sleep in separate rooms. He got the bigger one, which I was like kind of annoyed by, but anyway.
Well, what's the separate room? What's going on with that? Why separate rooms? Why separate rooms?
I know. Well, exactly. Well, because you can't be like in the presence of the Pope, I guess you can't.
So
are they afraid you might fool around?
They don't want anything like.
So they don't want any like fooling around in the thing
under that particular roof, you know.
Gotcha. Thanks to Shopify for sponsoring this episode. If you shopped online, chances are you probably bought from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button you see at the checkout? That one that makes buying so incredibly easy? That's Shopify, people. And there's a reason so many businesses sell with it, because Shopify makes it incredibly easy to start and run your own business. Cha-ching. That's right. Cha-ching. Shopify is the commerce-based platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. Tackle all those important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. Spread your brand's word with built-in marketing and email tools to find and keep new customers. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/thecast. Go to shopify.com/thecast. That's shopify.com/thecast. Cha-ching. Thanks to ZocDoc for sponsoring this episode. Working out is a great way to take care of your body, but getting truly healthy takes more than hitting the gym. It takes consistent annual checkups with your doctor, getting things checked out that feel off or not normal, and a quality nutrition regime. I'm getting a colonoscopy on Friday. Not that I have anything wrong with me, but just want to make sure the screws are tight. ZocDoc makes it easy to start your health plan by helping you find and book doctors in your area that are right for you. It's quick, it's easy. Come on, guys. Next time I need health care, dental care, or medical care of any type, I'm headed to ZocDoc. It's just convenient. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you could search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. With ZocDoc, you could book in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health, dental health, primary care to urgent care, and much, much more. So stop putting it off, guys. I know you don't want to go in, but make the appointment. Go to ZocDoc.com/thecast to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/thecast. ZocDoc.com/thecast. So, is there a pool?
I heard you ask this before. There actually is a pool. There actually is.
And are people like laying out, or like what's the vibe at the pool? Can you go and swim? I guess. Can you and your husband get up and go, babe, I'll meet you at the pool. I'm going to be reading my newspaper. I know you like to swim. So is there like people frolicking?
No frolicking at the Vatican.
No.
But there are people like they work and live there, and it's because it's a city, and they go. It's like part of the club. Like they have a fitness club. So the pool's at the fitness club, and when you're at the club, you can swim. So got me.
Got you there. I want to get back into this fitness club, though. I've traveled around Italy, and Italy, I don't think is up to date with a lot of their equipment when it comes to health and fitness. I think Italy is relying a lot on, we have the Spanish Steps, we have the Colosseum.
Absolutely.
And they're not taking care of their Wi-Fi is awful, and then the health equipment is terrible. At the Vatican, do they have like what you would normally see at an Equinox, or is this again? It's just an afterthought. Put a couple treadmills there. It looks like a Lifetime Fitness. Where are we at with it?
You got it. That's it.
Listen, Pete, I'm sorry,
but they also play pickleball. Believe it or not.
They got pickleball at the Vatican?
See, I'm confused. I thought everybody walked around with a Bible and a robe.
By the way, where it's all located is in this spectacular, blow you away, beautiful, something AD kind of like place. So it's full of contradictions, I guess I would say.
Can you videotape?
I know. That sounds like you want to really go there, but be careful.
Well, no, I'm just saying, does anyone, when they're walking the Vatican, does anybody videotape all the stuff? Or is that because I've never seen the inside of the Vatican. And
I've got
you can.
I got a lot of pictures.
Oh, you do? Wow.
Yeah, but one of the coolest things at the Vatican, well, when you're staying at Santa Marta in particular, which that's where I stay, you get a gold key. And the gold key gives you access to the back entrance of St. Peter's. Oh. And that is one of the coolest things about being there and in that surroundings and having that ability. That was a little crazy. That's the way the we call him the Holy Father. The Pope walks into St. Peter's through that entrance.
Oh, wow. So
that was really cool. And I had to try that out. And so for first, and my husband was with me, and we come on, let's go try out the gold key, And so you come first you got to dangle it, so they actually, because other, there's security everywhere. And they see the key and they watch you come. And then they're like, okay. So then they lead you down this tunnel. And then go in.
Wow, man.
So that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, that's, I mean, it's just one of the perks, I guess, you get while you're staying there. Now, if you need to go into town, I'm just trying to figure out what's...
That's hard.
What's that?
That's hard. Hard to do. It's hard to do, to leave the Vatican.
Oh, why?
Because the security is so high. You got to go through 3 different levels of clearance before you get out. And now they got to know me. So now I just show them my key and they're like, okay, go ahead. But at first it was I don't know, how long are we staying? Because you start to feel holy moly, I feel like I need to get out for a little,
Wow. Is there a house car? Is there a house car that takes you?
Yeah, there is. But what's best in Rome, because you guys know Rome, right, is walking. So when you walk out, it's very close to the entrance, actually, Santa Marta. And when you walk out, you're coming out the gates. It's very close to St. Peter's Square, and everybody's just looking at who's coming out of there, It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Now, when you're working and you're at Santa Marta at night, could you is there a porch? Can you open up a bottle of wine and have a glass of wine and you're I'm literally drinking wine in the Vatican, right?
Yeah. So our sessions are all day sessions, including lunch and dinner and really nice ones. And so It's in the Pontifical Academy of Sciences, which is like old, like 900, right? And so when you go down for dinner, they open up the big, terrace. It's marble, beautiful, statues and grottos and all this stuff, and they serve you out there. So it's not cocktails, it's wine. It's always wine.
How's the food?
It's good. I'm Italian, right? I feel like sometimes the Italian that my grandmother made, right? I prefer it, sometimes. Yeah. But it's good. For
Jack, have you ever had?
It's a lot of good stuff. It's all very healthy.
Have you ever had a glass of wine with the Pope?
No. In the same room, but I've never sat down and had a glass of wine with him.
Does he have a glass of wine? Did he have a glass from time to time?
He was like Fonzie. Like he had his of course, like he has his own corner of the dining hall, and he's got his people, his guys with him.
Yeah.
And so he was over there, pouring his little wine and.
Oh man!
Do you
That's
know?
Incredible.
Does the Pope, listen to podcasts? Does he watch movie, or is he religion all day, all night? I mean, is this guy
not religion all day, all night long? I'm talking about Francis, not the new one. But no, he's a very funny guy. I remember the first time I saw him come in, was after I saw him in the dining room. But when I first saw him come into one of our sessions, when he first came in, he's just smiling, shaking people's hands, how you doing? Very small talk, it was kind of very cool. It was all very much on brand, if you know what I mean. He was just this guy. Now that said, he was there was some kind of, he was smart, he was strategic, he knew politics, he was nice, he was he's just a cool guy.
Does he go out outside the Vatican? Let's say if the Pope wants, does he go out? Because I would not recognize the Pope outside his outfit. If he came out in a tank top and shorts and he was walking around Rome, I don't think a lot of people would recognize him just because of the, when you see somebody not out
of context.
Yeah. You're like, oh, that can't be the Pope. Does he go out and go to a bar? Yeah. Did he go out? Was he amongst the people?
He was. That was his biggest. It made him very sad over the years. They wouldn't let him do that. And one time, when he first became Pope, I think this is public, so I can tell you. He just decided, because he is a man of the people, he just decided he was going to leave. And so he left Santa Marta, walked out, went into St. Peter's, was talking to there's immigrants, right? A lot of immigrants coming into Italy. So he sit down with them and talk to them and whatever. That happened. And then they stopped him from doing that afterwards. So yeah, it's a very secluded life. Prays a lot.
Yeah. Wow.
Did you see the Pope mobile, and where is it parked? Is it in a garage? Is it just waiting there?
Yeah. It's in a garage. He didn't like the Pope mobile at all, but Leo uses it. I was at Leo's first mass in St. Peter's and whatnot. He's enjoying himself, I think. He's definitely enjoying it, I think, more. But Pope Francis had all that horrible stuff to deal with, and the other guy quit because he didn't want to deal with it. So it was not an easy gig.
So, Jack, when you wake up at the casa and you have breakfast, can you literally go for a jog in the Vatican, in the city itself? Just go for a run. So how many people live in there? What is going on behind those walls? I only see what I saw in the church, but I really didn't know it was such a self-functioning city.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And it's a municipality and it's a state as well. But yeah, people just walk around. They've got cars in there, like not a lot of cars, but like, because there's parking lots for those, but people are just walking around. Like anybody who, like, not everyone who works there, but a lot of priests too, who like are cardinals. They live in the Vatican or near the Vatican, you know? So it's very, it's weird. It's like, it's weird for us, like to walk in there. You never can quite wrap your head around it. Like even now, I can't really wrap my head around it because in some ways it seems like so day to day, and you're like, want to slap yourself and say, this is the Vatican, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. The thing is that, you know, the security is like everywhere. So every once in a while, if you don't, you know, wave a certain way, like they get to know you by the way you interact with them. Otherwise, you're questioning, you know, like where are you headed? Where are you going? And so, but people just walk around. They're just walking around.
Fascinating. Can you have guests with you when you like bring a friend for lunch? Meet me at the gate, and I'll take you in for lunch. Actually,
my daughters, like I was able to, you know, when I'm doing leading one of those sessions, they kind of have, you know. They like to do things to make you comfortable. So they let my daughters in.
Wow. That's great.
Is there housekeeping?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. Housekeeping, you know. There's Johnny on the spot, you know.
Is there room service? If you want a late night snack, is there like a room service menu that you could order from?
Yeah.
No.
Is there a mini bar in the room with snacks? I'm just trying to figure out the food situation.
There's a little refrigerator, and there's fruit and water, and that's it.
Do they charge you? Is there any money exchanged at all for some of the accoutrements at the facility?
No.
Mm-mm. Can you smoke a cigar on the grounds, or a cigarette is there an area?
I think you can smoke on the grounds. You definitely can't smoke inside. I've never seen anybody smoke inside. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You could try. I don't know if I'd smoke marijuana or anything.
Now, speaking of like being within Italy, have you ever seen like the president of Italy? I forget her name now. I really like her too. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I know.
The prime minister. But any politicians?
I just saw her. Yeah, she was great.
Yeah. In
Africa.
So, and without saying names, like, do you sometimes see, all of a sudden you'll see a musician or an actor or a politician walking on the grounds? You do? Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
More people go there than you imagine, you know? But mostly it is like, you guys talked one time about the comedians that went. Most times you don't get beyond that. That's at the Papal Palace, by the way, that picture that you showed, that is at the palace. And it's the room where he receives these people, and it's big. I mean, it's like at least 100 people in there. So that's the way it is.
Oh, see. You're after the meet and greet when he walks back and goes, has anyone got some hand soap? Glad that's done. That's where you start to hang with him.
Yeah, well, I sent you that first picture that I sent you was when I first met him. It was after one of our sessions, and I asked him if I could do a selfie, and he goes, yeah. So I did the selfie, and the selfie sucked. It was terrible, but someone just happened to be standing across from us and took that picture. I was like, oh, thank God for that. God, you got something.
Yeah. Wow. A selfie with the Pope.
It was fun. And he was like, he totally knew what I was asking. And like, he was like, yeah. And he was like getting in it. It was cute.
I'm actually looking at the photo right now on the screen. Does the Vatican, the Pope, utilize social media in a way to get their message out? So the Pope currently is from Chicago. I'm from Chicago. Would the Pope be open to, like, you know, interacting with, you know, like sometimes like the President Obama went on Mark Maron, right? So he kind of like did some untraditional media. Do you think the Pope now would be, and you sound like he's having a ball, do maybe a a tour of Chicago with me, go to Portillo's, get some Lou Malnati's, make the Pope seem a little bit more human than this. Yes. Yeah, than this guy who just lives at the Vatican and we never see,
you know what? I don't know.
The president
makes Sebastian look a little more holy.
Little of both. Go ahead. Or I'll answer. What did you?
No, I'm just saying, you see the president of the United States sometimes go into a deli and have a sandwich.
Yes.
Do you think the Pope would be open to doing things that put him out in the eye of the public?
I gotcha. And my husband's from Chicago, so I know Portillo's. But I wouldn't know, obviously, for sure, but I would not be surprised if this particular Pope would venture out a little bit more. I don't know if he would do it in the way you're describing, but the big thing about Rome, and the Vatican runs this way too, is that it's literally like, who can you talk to about that? Do you know? And it's a very bureaucratic place. People just think, oh, I know someone at the Vatican and blah, blah, blah. There's so many layers and access points inside the Vatican. And it just depends on, are you talking to someone who's close to him and can actually get your message to him? That's always the biggest question. But if you did, I would have to guess that it might not be out of reach.
The guy was at the World Series in 2004. I mean, right. I can't see him going, I was at the World Series, now I'm the Pope, I want to go to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Let's make that happen.
He plays tennis, and he played, I think he's played tennis with one of the guys, like Alcaraz Sinner, because he's Italian, or something. No, he's definitely, an American guy. And they love it. Everybody loves that he's American too. Which is interesting.
There's a chance he might know of Sebastian. I know.
He must know you. He must know you.
Jackie, you must have people the way, I hate to use this, but the Hunter Biden, they would say, was paying to get to Joe Biden. The people literally pay money to get to people that they think could get their message to the Pope. As you said, it's all about access.
It's really about
it's about who you know. That's wild.
Is there?
There's just so many people in his ear. You know what I mean? It's not anything there's just a lot coming at you. So it's
crazy.
Is there a theater in the Vatican where there can be a play or a performance done? Let's say if you two wanted to do it. What's that?
Many. There's
many.
There's many theaters in there, bro.
Many places you could use as a theater for, that kind of event.
Wow.
There's so many beautiful buildings in there. I can't even tell you. It's
bro.
Is there an inn, with a front desk and stuff?
The place I stayed, they had a front desk, yeah. But you're talking about Vatican versus where I stayed. You gotta understand, there's probably something I don't know, maybe even 75, 80 different, incredible places inside the Vatican that will blow your mind.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's, wow. That is it seems to me it's just the holy grail of places to see.
It is.
Amazing.
I would recommend it. Yeah. I think it's just, it's literally rare air. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. And I've done the tour. And I've been to the Vatican, but you're talking about
St. Peter's, right? And you've done the
square and all out there. Yeah, but
right. So if you go outside the Sistine Chapel, if you go out there because there's an outdoor area and you look up, that's all Vatican City, and straight up there is where I do the work I was describing. Yeah,
that is. So thanks for coming on with this. This is really fascinating,
bro. I'm so.
I want to say one last thing because I think it's funny. I got a dog, right around the same time that I started doing this work. And I'm Italian, and so, I was thinking, oh, what am I going to name this dog? And so my brother-in-law was like, name him Bocce, or name was like, and then and somebody I think it was my sister, she just threw out, you could just name him Francis. And so that's the dog's name. Pup Francis is the dog's name. Just for fun.
That's great.
I got one more question before we let you go. Do you know how big? I'm sure we could look this up. How big? Like when you say Vatican City, I'm thinking, how big could that be? Is it acreage? Like what are we talking? Or is there like little stores within the city that the dry cleaners or? Yeah. Oh, there is.
Yes. There's pharmacy, dry cleaners, supermarket, gas station.
Is there a park with swing sets?
The whole thing is a park. Oh, I don't know about the swing set, but the whole thing, whatever is in a building, is a beautiful like park-like setting. So
121 acres, Pete. 121 acres.
There you go.
How big is Siena? Because I've been there. I wonder if it's similar in that, the wall surrounding it.
Look that up. There's a whole thing. I'm looking at this picture. I'm looking. I love Siena.
Siena acreage-wise is bigger.
Right. That's
bigger, actually.
I'm blown away. I thought you were going to tell us, it's a little like, I just wasn't expecting a whole city and to hear that, like,
yeah, Vatican City.
We thought you're so close to meeting the Pope. There's a whole city of people that are ahead of us.
Actually, no, that's not true. No, that's not true. That's actually not true. So let me just, be like very clear. The people in the Vatican, most of them will never meet the Pope.
Really? I thought the Pope just strolled Vatican City.
Government, yeah, but when he strolls, he's like, it's not going to be in the middle of the day. I promise you that. And then and so people are working office jobs in wherever area, like HR or finance or this or that. So most of them do not spend time with the Pope. Okay. You can get in there before. A lot of them.
Right. Yeah. That's like I used to work at Sirius XM, but you don't really get to meet Stern.
Yeah. Well, yeah, similar to that, but I'd be surprised if you didn't meet Stern.
Well, we got to thank you for taking out a sliver of your day to enlighten us on the Vatican and Vatican City and the work that you've been doing there. So we really do appreciate you coming on and joining us for a little bit here today, Jackie. And Pete, thank you for bringing Jackie onto our wonderful show.
Yeah, same thing Sebastian said. Thank you so much, Jackie. It was such a pleasure.
You made it so easy.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You got it.
All right.
Enjoy the rest
now
of your
we'll be
summer.
in touch trying to get the invite from you. We'll be in touch soon.
I know you will.
Thank you so much. That was fantastic.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right.
There you have it, coming straight from the Vatican. I had no idea, bro, that it was this kind of like, I don't want to say westernized, but it sounds like, I thought there was just people in robes walking around. It sounds like there's, people going to get their dry cleaning and having a Starbucks in there.
But also in the most stunning little, bro, it bothers me that I'm going to die someday and I'm never going to have been able to just stroll the Vatican City with a glass of wine and just go wherever I want. What's that over there? What's over? Bro, they're having dinner with bottles of wine inside those walls. What are we doing? What are you doing? This guy grew up down the block from you.
Well, that's what I'm saying, bro. I was thinking if they got a theater in there, next special live from the Vatican. I mean, it's just.
Oh my God, bro. That would be incredible. Can we get a Google on who's performed at the Vatican? Is that a thing?
Bro, they got a 6,300 seater in there. Bro, we'll be in there. Within the next 2 years, I predict that we're going to be going to the Vatican.
I listen. I got dibs on opening for you at the Vatican. Make it happen. Be unbelievable. That was really enlightening, man. That was really cool.
There you have it. Anything else you want to say in closing here at the Pete and Sebastian Show?
Like I said, I was amazed. A lot more going on than I thought. There are people lacing up their sneakers, putting on their headphones, and jogging the streets of the Vatican. Oh my God, that's got to be. I'm really. You think like anyone you know has like spent the night in that city?
No, not that I know of, but I'm sure if you start talking to people, maybe there's someone in our lives that has been in there. I just want to find out more about this Pope. I feel the way she was talking that this guy might be at a nightclub in 6 months.
I think I know where you were going. I liked where you were going about like doing something with him in Chicago and then asking about a theater. I think considering what you do, you'll be doing the rest of your life, and what he does, he'll be doing the rest of his life. There's a really good opportunity here to build up a friendship. A friendship that ends with you being like 65, 66 at that age, and every morning on Christmas the phone rings and you look at your kids and go, "It's the Pope." Calls me every Christmas. It's aligned, bro. It's all aligned. Anyway, great hang. Hope you guys enjoyed it out there as a special hang. That's it. We're done.
All right.